right, everybody, welcome back to the Purified Podcast. My name is Luis Palacios, with my co-host Chris. Chris, how's it going?
It's going really good.
All right.
Pleasure to be here, man.
Good. All right. That was try 2. Luckily, that worked out better than I expected to be. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, today is May 31st, 2020. We're once again here to talk all things Pokemon Go related news and updates and ranting, of course, because we like to rant about Pokemon Go. Definitely didn't think that was going to start that way, but all right. So, well, we got a lot to talk about for sure. But first, we're going to do a little bit of recap of what's been going on the last few days. As we know, the world is going crazy, but there's still some things that we can, enjoy about, just virtually and normally in our everyday lives. First of all, we're just going to recap what we were talking about in the news before on the last podcast, just because there's a few things that everybody needs to know, and hopefully the podcast gets released in podcast feed sooner rather than later for tomorrow. First of all, is the champion research. We're going to have it, I think, on June 3rd, correct?
Yes. Yeah, that is correct.
Yes. So June 3rd, the champion research is going live. Anybody who has actually been able to, complete the research, all 4 weeks of research, and they'll be able to unlock it so you can play around. For the casual player, if they want to just buy it, you have a $7.99 ticket. You'll be able to play the champions research and get the benefits of them. For the more hardcore and somebody who actually finished all 4 weeks, you should be able to just go ahead and get extra candies and everything around. So that works out for the champion research. Chris, are you excited about that?
Oh yeah. All the new Pokemon. Yes, please, man. I gotta see who wants to trade them for the PvP.
Oh, I'm definitely trading you if we get Lucky Friends again. I can tell you that much.
Be an interesting one, yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some really fun additions.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll see. I mean, I think most of the candies for the new Galar Pokemons are going to be already implemented, since we already have the regular Cantonian or Unovan or whatever it is that comes around candies. So that will help us out. And make sure you pine up all your Pokemons, because that's going to be a lot of help.
That is a good reminder to everyone.
Yeah,
definitely pine up.
Pine up is now your top priority. Let it be known. All right. So, second part of our recap. We actually have to make sure that everybody knows tomorrow, which is June 1st, the Pokemon Go will go down for 7 hours. You guys have to make sure that you do all your research and all your streaks before that goes down. I just telling you this now because at the same time, once it goes down, you're not going to be able to do anything. And if you go over the next day, depending on where you are in the world, you might want to make sure that everything in your usual streaks are completely done before then. I'm
really hoping
yes.
they don't accidentally mess something up, but we'll see.
Well, it's Niantic, so I can pretty much tell you that it could happen, and it's probably gonna happen.
Something's gonna go wrong. Let's be honest.
Definitely. So the shutdown is gonna start at 11 a.m. PDT, which is Pacific time, and ending at 6 p.m. Pacific time. For us, I think it's 2 o'clock Eastern time, and then it ends around 9 or 10. So
that sounds right, yeah.
So I'll probably be streaming, so there's not going to be much differences when it comes down to it. I usually don't play a lot of Pokemon Go after I come home from work, but I do have my streaks and everything that I'm going to be ready to do before that, because by the time it comes back up, if it does come back up at the time required, I'm not going to lose any streaks. So that should work out. Also, and a lot of people...
I'll definitely be streaming them.
Yeah, and also, just because it's possible, if you can actually put a lot of Pokemons in gyms, you'll be set for when the game goes back up again. So unless they do something that we don't know and we expect it, and then it's just like all over the place.
I'm curious if they're gonna count it like time off, or if they're going to count your footsteps while you're out, if they're just going to take it in from the fitness app like they normally do.
That's interesting.
There's so much.
That's interesting.
Much.
We'll see. Make sure, that's actually a good idea, Chris, and I want to make sure that we do this. Tomorrow, before the game goes down, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before it goes down, make sure you take a screenshot of your adventure sync. Usually the rewards do actually go completely live at 9 p.m. every day in local time for everybody. So take a screenshot, move around with the phone, of course, if you want to and if you can. And then by the time it comes up, see if it's still recorded your walking distances with Adventure Sync. That's a good reminder, Chris.
I'll check out I'll check it out like one. I won't do that much walking afterwards, but definitely enough that I'll be able to check it.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a way that's gonna go through. I'm gonna be at work during the time off, at least a good chunk of the time off of Pokemon Go. So I'll probably do that. Take the screenshot before I go to work, and then just let the game do its thing when it goes down. Of course, I'm pretty sure Niantic will actually make up a tweet saying, hey, this is what's gonna happen. Sorry guys for the inconvenience, yada yada yada. That's usually the Niantic way when it comes down to it. But we'll see.
It's a good strategy.
So guys, if you're listening to this, and hopefully you do listen it early enough, make sure that you are doing those things. So that is another one of the recaps. And then of course, this one is actually an interesting one. The last recap that we're gonna talk about, and as you guys know, I've been doing multi-streaming both on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. YouTube has, of course, been more successful. Twitch has just started. However, last night was probably one of the most epic nights that I had in Twitch for many reasons. Now, it was a normal stream. It was a normal stream. Again, multi-streaming. I had both channels open. And definitely wanted to, just doing normal things. Hatching eggs. I'm over 1,000 eggs in Grookey right now. Which that shiny doesn't want to shine, unfortunately. But then I did some battles with my viewers, and we were just like battling. All of a sudden, my Twitch chat goes off because the one and only Reversal rated me with over 400 people watching. Lord have mercy on that man.
Glorious.
I was stunned. I was shook. I did not think that anything like that happened. I actually went to the Reversal stream after he ended, and he actually, he said that like little things. It's like, you guys want to actually like rate a person of our community that only has one viewer right now. I checked that last part of the stream, and I was like, oh my god. So the chat was pumping off. Streamlabs killed it because everybody was just emoting everything. So it was like the worst ever thing in the world. But I was able to turn it off. I was able to interact with his chat and everything, and they were nuts. Thank you so much. And also put me at affiliate status because they finally got the 50 followers that they needed on Twitch. So this is actually the very first stream on Twitch, on Twitch channel as an affiliate. I will have emotes and everything ready in the coming days. Trust me, I didn't think I was gonna happen that early, but thank you so much, Reversal. I want to say that at the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for just a moment of shine for a bit to make sure that I can, start up on the starting line here on it. Oh, well, we already have a subscription on Twitch.
Ooh.
By the Mr. John
Gunta. I want to say thank you to you and Reversal, too, for sending over a bunch of people to me too, because that was very pleasant late at night.
Yeah, after I finished my stream, which was usually a little later than usual, I went over to Chris's stream, and we actually rated him too. So it was kind of like a handoff to handoff kind of thing, and it was actually just fun. But again, Reversal, thank you so much. You're amazing. You do so much, and your hunt is the craziest I ever seen. But
that's an understatement.
But,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, 6 months and he still haven't gotten the shiny with full odds and everything at this point. But hey, he's doing it for the people. Hopefully he gets it before the DLC. Hopefully he gets it before the DLC. Yeah, I love it too. So thank you so much, Reversal. We'll keep in touch, hopefully, through the stream or whatever, and hopefully we'll get him in the podcast eventually. Fingers crossed.
Ooh,
Fingers crossed. All right. So, Chris, time to talk about our research topics of the day. All right.
Let's go.
So, what do we have here? We already talked about all our recaps of the events. A lot of events were ending. The Sinnoh Research Challenge was actually ending soon. So, that finishes. And then, we're just waiting for the new research, the champion research, to come alive. We already talked about that. So, that's fine. But there is something that we want to talk about that is interesting because we didn't expect it yet, but I guess it's something that has been on the background work for a while. So, Chris, if that line of text for you to read for a second.
Oh, yeah. The research topic of reality blending.
Yes.
Dude, it is looking super, super dope. I saw their video for it, and I love it already.
Yeah, so this is coming live from Pokemon Go. They basically said limited release for reality blending and Pokestop scanning coming to AR functions in selected phones. Trainers, we have a couple of exciting features rolling out soon, which is what we already mentioned. Reality blending will actually help you set your Pokemon in place, let's say in Snapshot or Body System or anything like that, into the overworld. Now, whenever you do that, and I think I can demonstrate here, you go into reality. Unfortunately, I don't have full AR mode, but there's Chris. And then if you put, let's say, the Pokemon into the field, you basically will actually go over whatever you have there. In AR, it's the same, but it's in a flat ground. When it comes down to it, you can take a picture and everything like that. However, reality blending would actually introduce the ability to implement what's around you in the environment. So let's say instead of the Pokemon being in front of the actual, let's say, the monitor, it will go behind the monitor thanks to reality blending. It's very cool, very interesting. I cannot wait to actually see the type of features and the type of things that people can come up with this, because you can put you can put whatever Pokemon behind a tree or behind something, and they'll come up completely differently. They already do that, but that takes a lot of editing for the Pokemon Go Snapshotters. But definitely want to see those kind of things become a reality. This closer to a true AR experience, but something that actually we can enjoy once it comes out in most of it. Now, Chris, what are your thoughts about this?
There's already a huge snapshot community that legit live for taking amazing snapshots of everything.
Yes.
And I love it so much. So seeing what kind of photos they come up with the ability to hide parts of the Pokemon behind objects is going to be really interesting to see. So I'm super hyped to see that.
Yes. So the hype is real. We'll see when it actually comes out. Now, they did say it's a limited release. It's only going to come on a certain amount of phones and selected trainers. Notably, the Samsung Galaxy S9, Samsung Galaxy S10, the Google Pixel 3, and the Google Pixel 4. Just because their phones already develop a way to do reality blending that easy for the actual game. A lot of the people, or at least a lot of the influencers out there, don't have that type of phone yet, or I think they have the newest phone. So we'll see how everybody is really gonna use that. Plus, they said limited amount of trainers, so there's not gonna be everybody trainer in the world that's gonna have it. So yeah.
Technically, as long as one person can't do it, it's limited. So they may be just saying that so people don't get their hopes up too much.
Yeah, and they're testing it out for sure. That we're gonna see how once it actually goes live, just like let's say the extra Pokecoins that we're gonna have, they're just limited right now to the players out there. So we'll see how that works, and then work around that as it comes along. Really, I just really want to see how this will take the next step into Pokemon Go AR. It just helps a lot to see how the game can still grow in that sense. So from the simple background that we see Pokemon's around spawning in the overworld and things like that, to real world interactions. That's probably the greatest thing that I can see developing for the future of this game.
Oh yeah.
So of course, it doesn't come with glitches, as you probably see in the video if you go to the blog post. There's definitely things that they need to work out. It's not the perfect system yet, but hey, it's the starting line, and I like it. I love it.
Yeah, rooms to improve, but it looks amazing.
Yes,
I do love it.
Definitely. So, as you guys already finished hearing, that's basically just going out for a few times. We'll see how it goes. Ingress already kind of has that, but I don't know how their feature works. I've never seen it before. And then, of course, they talk about how they want to develop this, to be part of a more 3D environment and all that. So, one thing we didn't actually mention is the Pokestop scanning, which should help Niantic map out their gyms and Pokestops a little more into the 3D world. And maybe, remember how they said in their blog post before, they said that they wanted to have a more virtual experience just because of the whole pandemic. So maybe that could help them out, map out, museums and, real world places where you can visit right now, but you definitely want to visit if you actually go there and all that stuff. So that's basically it. That's basically reality blending. We are excited, but we'll see how it goes since we don't have phones that run with that. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. All right. So, Chris, what is our next research topic for today?
The most wonderful event ever.
And what is that?
Pokemon Go Fest. The dates have been announced. It is glorious. 2 days. 2 days.
All right. Calm your horses there. Calm your horses. All right. So, as Chris mentioned, Pokemon Go Fest 2020 has been announced for a virtual event experience coming July 25th and July 26th. Now, as their blog post, now this is only the dates. They have only announced the dates and one picture of how Go Fest is going to be. As you guys know, Go Fest is the biggest event in Pokemon Go history. It went from having one event in one city to multiple events in different cities all over the world, spanning 3 different months, 3 different amazing summer. Both Chris and I was able to experience last year at Go Fest. We met different people, different communities. It was insane and it was glorious. Now, we understand that this is the world as we live now with the pandemic and then other things that happen, unfortunately, across the world. They want to make sure that we stay safe. So this is going to be the virtual reality that we want to experience in Go Fest, at least hopefully for only this year. And then hopefully next year we'll be back to normal, going and visiting everywhere we can go. So,
I hope so.
Yes. So,
you never...
Yeah, so this year, they're bringing a totally reimagined Pokemon Go Fest experience. The dates will be the 25th and 26th. Pokemon Go Fest 2020 will take place an entire worldwide event in a virtual format, which allows trainers worldwide to participate from whenever they play. In another first, all ticket holders, and listen to this, all ticket holders will be able to attend both days of this 2-day event. That is amazing. Because usually we only have 1 day to play, and then the rest of the weekend is going to be, for whoever wants to play around. Of course, everybody just makes plans to make sure they meet their communities and whoever wants to do. Hey, if we ever go to another Go Fest and we actually have a set of people that want to meet us, we'll definitely do a meetup, things like that. However, this year is going to be different. We're going to be playing 2 days, so the shinies are going to rise. But that's really all the information they have given us right now.
I'm curious, do you think you're going to stream one of those days?
I definitely am going to plan it around. I'm definitely not doing the 25th because I actually it's my mother's birthday that day. So I will probably try to play it as my own and see how I can do. I'll probably, go out with my mom and everything like that. But the 26th, which usually is when we do the podcast, and hopefully it does go over where we actually stream the podcast, we should be able to stream it all the way to where the podcast is live. If not,
that'd be cool.
We'll definitely talk about our experiences. Yes. I mean, this podcast itself has already been an amazing adventure for the both of us anyway. So we want to bring as much joy as possible for everybody. But yeah, so that is really all we have. We can just speculate as much as possible, and we're probably going to speculate later on before we end this podcast. But that's basically the only real thing that they've given us. Plus the picture, which just shows different Pokemons. We have Pikachu, Oddish, Cherum, Jigglypuff, and a Alolan Executor in the background. But nothing really yet to see. We're only 2 months away from that, so it's not a much difference. Although I'm kind of curious why they did it so late in the month. I mean, I know they usually do that, but their anniversary is July 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The soonest what?
Their 4-year anniversary of the game release.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think they were just hoping that it would all open up sooner so they could plan around that. But yeah, they really couldn't wait any longer.
Yeah. So. We'll definitely keep you guys updated with more information about Pokemon Go Fest for sure. And we'll see how we'll arrange probably one of the best moments that we have for now. All right, Chris. Looks like it's time for our next research topic.
Ooh, Zekrom's Pokemon Go debut in June. I'm really interested in this Pokemon because, I mean, he's just my favorite out of the two dragons.
Yeah.
And he's also going to have Spotlight Hours, so I don't know if I'm going to do them, but, you know, I'll get a few good ones.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Chris, this is what was happening in the month of June. Now, this is the last little bits of news that they gave us for this week. However, it's a big one because they give us a lot of information in this one. So hang on to your butt cheeks. Let's get ready to dive. Let's dive into June. How about we do this? All right. So June's first and foremost, you know, all the events that kind of, or at least all the little things that are going to happen in June for sure. June's research breakthrough encounter. It's going to be Trapinch with bonus Trapinch candy. I'm sorry, Niantic, what?
I mean, I need the candies, but like, no,
nobody needs the
That's
candies,
terrible.
or at least nobody who hasn't played, you know, Community Day needs the candies. Like, come on, Niantic.
It's horrible. Like,
Oh
everyone's
my
like, oh, please, I'll take back Flower Crown Eevee, please.
No, yeah, I prefer Flower Crown Eevee. I don't mind that coming back. I kind of want the Hondo Shiny. That's my goal in this, but not Trapinch. He had a community day. He had a special move. He has a shiny release. What's the point?
I honestly think the worst one so far, though, has been Snorlax, in my opinion. Even though I think they did give him one of his old moves before.
Yeah, but
But
they haven't
in my
even
opinion,
released.
he was the worst one.
They haven't released their shiny either, though.
No. Yeah, to be fair, at least Trapinch can be shiny. That is true.
But what's the point? What's the point? I want to just say, Niantic, I mean, I know that you're going through probably a couple of times. June, it's my birthday month. I don't want to curse anything, but don't give me Trapinch.
Birthday Trapinch incoming.
Well, it's a good thing I actually just finished my research vector box with Shinx, even though I didn't get another shiny, which I don't need either way. But yeah, I mean, I'm still going to do the research breakthrough boxes just because. I mean, I don't really care when it comes down to it. I just hate that my excitement for them is not going to be as high. You know,
it's not going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's
It's going to
unfortunately
be like a chore.
I mean, Trapinch is a cool Pokemon, and the evolution Flygon is a cool Pokemon in its own. I have a couple Hondos from them, the shinies, you know, all those things. That's, you know, it's not a problem. But Trapinch has been around for a while. I just don't know why Trapinch is the research breakthrough of the box. I don't understand Niantic's logic in this one. Maybe they're saving up July for a bigger, better research box since it's technically their anniversary month. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. So from Monday, June 1st, all the way to the end of June on July 1st, Trapinch will be the research breakthrough box for you guys. Hear us out, everybody who's listening to this podcast. Hear us out. All right, so more of the news. Sakura, which we already knew was coming, is making his Pokemon Go debut, starting on Tuesday, June 16 at 1 p.m. PDT. Sakura, the Deep Black Pokemon, will be waiting for you to challenge in 5-star raids. In addition, there will be, of course, raid hours events featuring Sakura every Wednesday while it's still in a 5-star raid mechanic. Wednesday, June 17 from 6 to 7, local time, of course. June 24th, 6 to 7, and July 1st, 6 to 7. So it's gonna go over the July month for sure since it's by Wednesday. But definitely, I'm definitely excited about this one for sure. This dragon is probably one of the most beautiful out there, and when it combines with Kyurem, it's probably one of the coolest ones I've seen. So, they say for sure, be sure to have your remote raid pass stocked and regular raid passes. Ground, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy type Pokemon at the ready for battle. So, Sakura is definitely my top tier Pokemon, but you know, Reshiram is not too bad either. I really like how they call him the Blue Eyes White Dragon of the generation.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's cool.
He is Blue Eyes, and he just goes around. I really do wish that we had like the animation when his combined with Kyurem, because you know how they sparkle red and all that stuff because it's the fire type. I just really wish that was the case. And I do have an 86 thanks to a lucky trade, so that's actually pretty nice.
Such a good flex.
Yeah. I do want the 100 though. It's pretty nice. All right. So Sakura is our next month's, or not even next month. It's what, 2 weeks from now?
Well, technically it will be next month since today is that we're recording it is the 31st.
Yeah, but next month, 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a few days. So yeah, we'll see. It's basically a month from now.
We got a few more weeks of
Reshiram. You can't say the name, have you?
Oh, no, I can say it. I'm just efficient. I don't know.
Efficient. Reshi. All right. More news, of course, of the Challenge 2020 Special Research, which is the Champions Research. We already talked about all that coming around, which will, of course, debut some Galar Pokemons like Galar Meowth, Galar Stunfisk, Genesect, many other things. They just like to talk about this Champion Research. I hope that there is something more than just the things that they mention. And then, of course, have your 7Ks ready, because when that goes live, 7Ks will be spawning those special Galar Pokemons. Now, however, you have to know that the pool in 7KX is going to be also for the Alolan forms of those Pokemons. So if you want to get a Galarian Meowth, Alolan Meowth will also be on the pool. There's going to be a lot of different Pokemons in the pool. You just have to make sure that you're either going to get the regular forms or the Galarian forms. So again, it's a little bit of money grab from Niantic. But, you know, we want those Pokemons. We're going to get them for sure. So.
Oh, yeah. I'll be going all out, man. I need those PvP monsters.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be monsters. They're going to definitely be monsters. Real quick break before we finish up. True Inferno, thank you very much for joining us on the YouTube side. And John Guntap, thank you very much for joining us, of course, on the Twitch side. But yeah, we're, of course, here to talk more Pokemon Go for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think that having a greater pool is great because a lot of the shinies are already released, but maybe they'll give us the shinies of the Galarian forms, and I wouldn't be bad about it. But yeah. Anything else, Chris, on that?
I mean, yeah, I'm hopeful that they'll drop the shinies, but it seems a little bit soon. I think maybe they'll drop like one, so that's why they put in all of them and not just one of them, so we'd be a little bit surprised when we got one of them.
Yeah. Well, that really depends on them for sure. But they've given us plenty of surprises before, so it's not that much difference. That's why I'm hoping they at least give us a shiny that we can relate to. But that's how they do. Remember when, Alolan forms were introduced, but then we had the other forms, shinies, introduced before that. There's like a correlation with the shinies in different shinies. Like Alolan Vulpix, we have the shiny, but regular Cantonian Vulpix, we don't have the shiny yet.
Isn't that weird?
It is
like
weird.
They released some of that. It's like they like to surprise us a lot. I don't know. Which one are you the most excited about for the shiny being added?
If they add a shiny, my favorite one at least will be Galarian Zigzagoon. I like the shiny.
That's a good choice.
Galarian Zigzagoon's color shiny palette is actually pretty amazing. And when he evolves into Oxtagoon, it's like a red, blue, and white. And it's just like, It's just amazing. I just like it. I love it. Aside from that, probably Darumaka is probably one of the Pokemon I really want to hash. At least Galarian Darumaka.
Oh yeah. Especially when he's got that Zen mode too. That looks really good.
Yeah, definitely.
The only thing I'm worried about is if they drop Galarian Stunfisk, because it's just gonna look the same. Like it's gonna confuse people in Go Battle League for sure.
Oh yeah. That's going to. Do you remember there was a time where people were actually saying, "Hey, I got the shiny Meowth," and it was just a Alolan Meowth.
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
Oh man, those days were awesome, especially for the casual player. They just love to do those kind of things, and
the worst case of that was when Hippopotas got released, and people kept catching the female and males, and they were like, "Look, guys, I got the shiny already." They were like, "Okay, guys, it's just a male and female difference right now. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, it's just going to be interesting when the memes comes out of, when those Pokemons come around. Especially anybody who has not played Sword and Shield at this point. It's going to be fun.
It's gonna be Christmas, man.
Yeah, definitely. So they're gonna go ahead and give us more information as the day goes along, and then definitely we'll keep an eyes open for the early release in other countries since there's gonna be a local time when the champion goes up. But yeah, that's the. Of course, we already talked about champion. I mean, we're probably gonna be talking about it the entire week and then next week anyway. So we'll give you guys posted when it comes down to all of it. So the next two events on June. The Solstice Team event and the Bag of event return into Pokemon Go. Speculation time, because this is what's going to happen. On the Solstice Team event will run from Friday, June 19 at 8 a.m. to Wednesday, June 24th at 10 p.m. local time. The Bag of event will be ready on June 26 or Friday, June 26 at 8 a.m. to Wednesday, July 1st at 10 p.m. More details will be, of course, to come. But Chris, what are your speculations to these two events?
For the Solstice events?
For both of them, or at least, give me a rundown from both events.
You said for the first one there'd be a lot of bugs popping around?
Well, it's called the Bag of event. That's the second one, actually.
I mean, yeah, we have that event for Pinsir coming up with Pinsir Raid Day, too.
Well.
So I'm really...
They didn't announce Pinsir Raid Day yet. They just data mined it.
I'm sorry. I thought it was officially announced. That's my bad.
No, so what Chris is mentioning, and since he already mentioned it, they're data miners, and of course, disclaimer, data mining is breaking terms of service, but we are just talking about it, so we're not doing it ourselves. They have actually found in the code that Pinsir Raid Day is coming. I still don't understand why they're picking something like this. Chris, can you at least enlighten me?
I know all the PvPers had been looking at it, and they're like, what move could they possibly give it that would be amazing? And the only one we can come up with is Guillotine. But how would that work in PvP? I don't know. Like, one-shot everything? I don't know. And just have it take forever to get to. That's the only thing I can think. But, I mean, how many people don't have Shiny Pinsir already if you've been playing since day one, Like, I think they had it boosted for a few events, but I'm not sure. Oh, do you not have one?
I have one. I was looking around and make sure that I did. But yeah.
For a little bit, I thought it was boosted because a lot of people kept posting it around us.
Yeah, there was an event for sure. I can't remember what it was. I probably was a Bag of event from last year. This Pinsir was actually from 2018, so it's been over 2 years at this point, or close to 2 years. So definitely a Pokemon that maybe a lot of people are. The only thing that I'm excited about that is because I can probably get a good one for when Generation 6 drops, and then of course Mega Evolutions happen.
I really hope they introduce that very nicely. I'm curious if they will, though.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of speculation that there's like two different. I know this is really weird, but there's like two different lores of Pokemon where megas exist and they don't exist in another one. Like auras and stuff like that. It's really interesting. I love it.
Yeah, definitely, and that's definitely going to be interesting when they do come out with the Mega Evolutions. Of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Generation 6 is probably not going to come until probably the end of this year if it does get to the point because, there's been a lot of stallings. However, they usually give us a small little tease of a new generation coming usually in Pokemon Go Fest, actually. So because they do give us like a background, new picture of the year. It's been an amazing year, trainers and all that stuff, yada, yada, yada. And then they put like the starters for the next generation and we're like, yay! But yeah, it's interesting. Again, Pinsir's community or Pinsir's Raid Day hasn't really been announced, but it's probably coming if they think it's something. Although it could be something to distract us from something else that's gonna come. You never know.
That'd be smart.
But the Solstice Team event is usually the event where the last few times has been where Solrock and Lunatone switch places. That it only happened once. The last one didn't happen for us, though. But it is a possibility that there will be the switch for the Solstice event, again, for the regionals. Just because it's closer to the time of the year, of course. But I'm willing to bet that that's the case. Plus, maybe a couple extra surprises and a lot of new shinies, of course. That's, everything that comes out. Now, what kind of shiny can we expect from the Solstice event? Speculation time. What do you think?
That's an interesting one because I'm trying to think of which ones haven't been introduced yet that have to do with the moon. Maybe they could have like wild Clefairies out a bunch more, have those shinies be released. I'm a little bit doubtful of that though. We already have the baby for Jigglypuff too, Igglybuff.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to think of like which Pokemon have Moonstones that you need, but not too many come to mind other than first gen.
yeah, I don't have much details on Generation 5 or Generation 5 evolution lines and all that stuff. So it might not be, not know until we actually get more information. Now, this is on June 19th, so that's closer to the middle of the month. So that's when we'll see probably more information about it on how the events are going to roll out. For the bug of event, oh my goodness, we have a lot of bugs. But some of notables that hasn't been released are probably like Combi. Combi is an interesting one though. It's going to be hard to get.
That's what I'm nervous about.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to get shiny males.
I mean,
it's going to be horrible.
Of course, we are getting Widow Community Date next month, so that's a plus. We already have the Illumise and Volby. Really, there's not many bug types that has not been. It's what's it called? Circuit. Circuit is a bug Pokemon, I think.
Oh yeah. He's a cool one.
Yeah.
It's too bad they took away some of the usability for what was it? Silverwind? Yeah, Silverwind. Like there was no reason for them to drop the damage on Silverwind in my opinion.
Well, we'll see.
I know they were trying to balance the game a lot, but the bugs just can't get used anymore.
We can also have Ladybug or Spinarak from Generation 2. We haven't seen those shinies yet. We don't know. There's
many ones, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting ones for the backup, and they could give us all of them too. That would be nice.
I mean, they've been doing a lot of two at the same time. Like they announce one usually, and then they have a secret one that they just kind of let you find on your own.
Oh yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
yeah. But most of the bugs, aside from the ones I mentioned, has been released. We already have the Wormadats, the Burmese. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. And of course, Generation 5th, but I don't think they will give us a lot of Generation 5th bug type Pokemon. Although,
I'm excited for more Burmese. I got a PvP Wormadale, but I need the shiny still.
Oh yeah, I need a shiny too, especially the shiny from all three.
It sucks so much.
That one is a hunt. That I can tell you it's a hunt for sure. So yeah, that's basically the speculations that we have for those. There's not much more information until probably next week. I'm pretty sure that by the time the next podcast comes around, we'll have more information, at least one of the events, and then we'll talk about it during that time off. And then the upcoming Pokemon Spotlight Hours have been announced for the month of June. This takes place every Tuesday of the month, starting except for June 2nd. Oh, that's new. Wait, what? In the month of June, Pokemon Spotlight Hour will take place every Tuesday at 6 p.m. local time, except for June 2nd. And each hour will be the spotlight different Pokemon with special bonus. Oh, okay. Yeah, it says right here, no spotlight available for June 2nd. Maybe because they're just finishing up the maintenance and they don't want to overwhelm the servers.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so not this.
Something weird.
It is this coming Tuesday, so unfortunately it will be no spotlight hours. However, four more Tuesdays after that, guys. 4 more Tuesdays after that. June 9th, 2020, Patrick will be the spotlight to earn twice as experience for evolving the Pokemon. Patrick is a Pokemon that I've been wanting to get a shiny for a long time. It's been out, but it's a shiny I have not gotten yet. Which reminds me,
it's a full one.
Yeah, we talked about Bronson's Spotlight Hour last podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're good.
So.
We're good on that. June 16th, which is the day after my birthday, Novel will be the spotlight and will earn twice the Stardust for catching the Pokemon. Stardust 1. That's pretty good. However, of course, the shiny hasn't been released yet, so it's not much differences. I still will probably play that day because we want to get the Stardust. It is. It is the currency of this game. So yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, you flex over there.
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, sure. All right. On June 23rd, though, we have Clefairy will be the Spotlight Hour, and it will earn twice the experience for catching the Pokemon. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Clefairy.
I didn't read that. I didn't read that ahead of time, and I got super hyped when I read it.
Thank you very much, Niantic. This shiny has been a hell of a pain to get. Now, I do have the pre-evolution. I think I had 2.
I don't.
I do. Thank you, guys. But Clefairy, if you actually were in Go Fest of last year, Clefairy's shiny for just Clefairy itself in the wild was accidentally released. However, it was already... And Abra. Yes, and Abra.
Like, how do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. It is when it comes down to it. It's interesting that 2 Pokemon with shinies, were released or accidentally released almost a year ago, and now they're finally getting the releases this year. Oh, I don't want to click on that cast form.
Do it.
Oh God. Okay. Oof. Anyways, Clefairy is one of those Pokemon that we're definitely wanting to go ahead and get. It is something that we want for sure in our Pokédex and in our lives. And then we have Tuesday, June 30th. Cricket Talk will be the Spotlight Hour, and it will earn twice the candy for catching the Pokemon. Now, this is like the pearl line of the generation, basically. I think they're just giving us...
take it easy.
I think it's a take it easy kind of week. And twice as for candy for catching the Pokemon. So, for catching the Pokemon? I thought you were transferring. No, it's catching the Pokemon. Oh, no. There's really nothing to do.
So you get to get all that Cricket Talk candy,
Why do we want Cricket Talk candy? We have so much of it. It's like...
He's got good moves. He's just a terrible Pokemon.
Cricket. Let me check sure that I'm typing that correctly in my phone. Yeah, I have plenty of them. I have over 1,000 candies.
Yeah, it's trash.
It's
horrible.
Let's finish up this part of the blog post. Please be aware of your surroundings, yada yada yada. Just make sure that you guys are aware of all of those Spotlight Hours and then every other event coming around. We're definitely going to have more events or more information about the events coming in the later days. So I want to really say right now, what the heck is Niantic thinking these days? There's just so much that questions the way that we play. Notably speaking, of course, Trapinch as the research breakthrough box, Cricket Talk as the Spotlight Hour Pokemon. I'm at a loss here, Chris. Help me out.
My only reason, the only way I can back up what they're doing is I'm kind of thinking they're trying to make you not want to go out as much. But at the same time, who's not going to do their research? I don't know. If you're a daily player, you can't not do your research. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems a little bit weird to me.
Yeah, like I said, it's just an interesting one now. Trapinch likes to look like a bug Pokemon, but still, it's just like a question why that one is a breakthrough box. I don't understand. Unless there's like a big surprise coming out of it, I don't think there's anything that comes down with it. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way they are sounding June to be. Yes, I'm excited about a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot that going on in June that's, exciting and new legendary, different ways to play, new events or newer back-to-back events. But it's still, I just feel like there's not a real reason to go out and play that much unless they give us like the best of the best out there,
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit good, at least with everything going on right now. But I don't know. They've given us enough ways to play from home now that it's kind of weird, like how kind of I wouldn't say not exciting, but there isn't as much exciting stuff going on. I know that's kind of a synonym.
Yeah.
But it's like they're taking it easy on us right now, so we don't want to go out too much. Is what I feel like.
Yeah, I do gotta
That's the only thing I think.
Yeah. I don't know. June, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Unless they throw core balls at us and say, hey, we're going to release this shiny out of nowhere and then everybody's going to be surprised. I don't see much coming around that really excites me aside from a few other things. So I don't know, Niantic. I know that you are taking it easy a little bit because of everything that's going on. but I want a little more hype coming around. I hope that June doesn't get to be only the month of, mediocre Pokemons, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm just busting Niantic shops right here. Again, it's just one of those things that is just triggering me right now. Hence, my boy Trigger here. But
Thanks
yeah.
for the shout out.
But yes, that's basically all the news that we have. Again, it doesn't seem a lot, but it's still a lot of information that you guys want to take in part. Once again, I do want to remind that tomorrow the game will go down, but we'll definitely be seeing, the creeps of the changes in the game. So again, the Dynamiters are going to be out there. They're going to see what's going on, but we'll see exactly how that comes around and copes around. So. Do make sure that you keep yourselves updated with us. We do have our Discord, and of course, if you go to any of our channels, if you do !Discord, you'll be able to join our Discord and play around with us, tell us about your day, whatever else that you want to do, Pokemon related or not. That depends on you guys. And then of course our social medias, mine being at PureLetterGo, Chris at
Christo0517 on Twitter.
Correct. And then, of course, you can check out our channels on the Otakuzone on YouTube, Pure Letter on Twitch, and Chris's Pokemon Trigger, please. So, yeah, that's basically what we have for today. It seemed like there was much more hype going around, but there's definitely a lot that would happen in the last few days for sure to be hyped about. So, last few little things before we end the podcast. And, of course, thank you very much for everybody who's watching. But, again, I want to make sure that you guys are aware. Right now, our world here in the United States is a little bit crazy, going around many things. We are keeping in track and keeping safe, but I want to make sure that all of you out there are staying safe for many reasons. Because right now it's really dangerous to be out. Don't do anything crazy. Don't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Unlucky that wasn't a shiny. But yeah, just be safe out there, guys. If you guys want to keep on talking, make sure to, of course, check us out. But yeah, that's really about it. Chris, do you have anything else to say today?
Just stay safe out there. Try not to cause any trouble.
Yeah.
A lot coming from me, troublemaker. No, I'm joking. I'm really interested to see what they do in the upcoming month for Pokemon Go, especially with Pokemon Go Fest so close. Hopefully they don't screw everything up on tomorrow when they shut down the server, but we'll see.
We'll see if you guys... Yeah.
Change too much, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. So we're beating out around the bush, but again, thank you so much, guys, for listening. If you want to keep on listening to you guys, make sure that you check us out on our podcast feeds. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. We are on all of those feeds. And then, of course, you can email us info@ purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. You can also text us and voice messages at 941-417-9243. We listen to everybody who does it. And then, of course, if you guys want to be in the show, you can always, send us those kind of informations. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the podcast. Thank you so much once again for listening. Chris, take us away, please.
It's been another lovely night with my boy Pure Lighter, Otakuzone himself. I'm really excited for him hitting affiliate. So we got 2 affiliate boys in one wonderful stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Keep in touch. Okay, peace out, guys.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.